Good morning and welcome to the bottom of lock number 43. Had a great night here last night. Very peaceful. The noise you hear in the background is the awesome power from the double waterfall from the dam. This lock is very unique. It's lock 43, also known as Swift Rapids. First off, when you enter the lock going westbound, on the left-hand side is a wall that you can tie up overnight on. There are some power utility poles there. That is the side that the dam is located, so it's fairly noisy on that area. To the right-hand side going westbound at the top, there's a beautiful, peaceful park-style atmosphere. Several picnic tables, almost a manicured type of a look. If you're looking for that secluded, out-of-the-way anchorage, that's the place to stay. However, the unique part about it is there is nothing, not even facilities there, not even a trash can. So that's how secluded it is. No roads, no city, no town, nothing. On the lower side of the lock going westbound, you can tie up also, which is where I'm sitting at now. The right-hand side where I'm tied to has a couple picnic tables right outside my boat, about 15 feet of grassy area, and then it goes straight up a granite wall about 50 feet. Nothing there. You are so absolutely secluded. And when I mean secluded, even the lock operators close everything up at night and they get in a boat and they have to drive down the river to where they park their car. No roads to this thing. You are in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely wonderful. The second thing that's very unique is where I'm parked. I can see, just look at this. Just look at this. This is the dam, double waterfall with awesome power. I've been staring at it all morning. The bottom part of the waterfall is churning, and it's probably 25 feet in the air of just the churning, bubbling mass. The rapids that come out of it are pretty strong, so they have a long wall that blocks between where I am docked to where the water is churning. So I can feel it in here a little bit, but it's not bad at all. So the lower side really was very nice to dock at. The next thing really caught me off guard. When I first came in going westbound, I stopped and tied up to the upper wall. I walked over to talk to the lock operators, and as I'm talking to them, I start hearing a military C-130 turbine aircraft flying over like really low, and I'm looking up in the air for it, and the lock girl says no, and I look back down at her, and I'm thinking, why did she say no? And then all of a sudden, now I'm hearing like a military helicopter coming in real low, and I'm looking around. She goes, no. And I look at her, and she says, no, it's not a helicopter. And I'm just taken back. And she goes, I did the same thing too when I first started here. I was talking to the person on the first day, and I thought a helicopter's flying over. She goes, it's the lock. Well, what do you mean it's the lock? She goes, she showed me. She says they're not sure what it comes from, but when they lower the water from that height all the way to the bottom, that it does something in the valves or in the door or something and creates this total eerie sound. So when I was going in, I turned on my GoPro and let it record the audio all the way to the bottom. So if you have earphones, earbuds, something other than the little speaker that's in your phone or your laptop, if you have a big surround sound system, turn it on with a subwoofer. You've got to hear this thing. This was awesome. So I'm going to play this. Pause the video, plug your earphones in, turn on your surround system, and listen to the noise this lock makes. You will never hear another lock that sounds like this anywhere. I guarantee it. plan today is to leave here and head to Big Chute Railway. Yes, sir. Finally going to be doing Big Chute. Okay, so I busted my ass going down the steps. I have these boating shoes that used to be really sticky, grippy. And it seems like over the past couple of weeks, they've lost their grippiness. And I went down the steps, both feet went straight out. I went bang, 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 bang down on my back. My head hit. The main thing I think is I slammed my elbow into one of the steps. I'm going to pay for that tonight. Man. I finally made it to lock number 44, also known as the Big Chute Marine Railway. It's kind of like the big trolley you see at your local marinas that lifts your boat out of the water and places it on the hard. However, this trolley lifts your boat out of the water while stopping traffic on Highway 17, also known as the Upper Big Chute Road. Then it sets you down on the adjacent waterway on the other side of the road. As far as I know, it's the only marine railway of its kind in North America. But here's the important technical information that you've got to understand if you're planning on transitioning this lock in your boat. First off, don't get excited when they tell you to stop way before you have the big yellow straps wrapped under your boat in the proper lifting points. The big difference between this trolley and the ones you see at your local marina is that the Big Chute's trolley does not lift your boat with the slings like you might think. They have you slowly drive in and then only raise the slings slightly to hold your boat still. Then they slowly drive the whole trolley forward. As it drives forward, the uphill incline of the underwater tracks allows the deck of the trolley to slowly raise and meet the bottom of your boat. So, your boat is actually sitting on its keel. They purposely leave your running gear, props and rudders hanging off the back of the deck so they don't touch the deck. The big yellow straps are only used to keep your boat from tipping over. So one strap is like way up under the bow and the other one is barely even midship. Then one of the crew will climb down, look under your boat and make sure everything is placed properly and there's no damage or anything wrong, and then he gives the thumbs up to proceed. So what can you tell me about this lock so I can record some of it?
Absolutely. So this position of where the railway is right now, it started construction here in 1976. They started doing test runs in 1977 and it became fully operational in 1978. They continued using the old carriage on the other side until 2003 when it was decommissioned. So they would use it if this was broken down or so, they could take smaller vessels still back and forth over the water.
Cool. And how long have you worked here?
I've been here, this is my third season.
Nice. How do you like it?
Love it here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Best lock ever.
Is there? I bet it is. Probably something different every time, huh?
It is, and that's what keeps you going here. Always something new coming in, learning. So it's great.
Have you worked at regular locks before? This is your baby, huh?
It is.
Nice. What speed does it crawl at?
So it goes at 180 feet per minute at top speed, which equivalates to about 3 kilometers an hour.
Got it.
Back in its prime, it used to do 200 feet per minute, which is about 4.5 kilometers an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But due to the tracks wearing down and things like that, we've had to slow it down.
And what is your length and weight when we decide whether it's one boat or two?
So for here, we can do a 38 foot, which we can hold up in the front. Anything larger than a 38 foot has to sit down on the back of the carriage with the running gear hanging off the back.
Gotcha. So my running gear is hanging off right now.
That's correct, and the rest of the boat is sitting down on the deck.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people come in thinking that we're going to lift you at your lifting points.
Yeah.
That is only the case if you're 38 feet or less. We'll put the slings on your sling arms.
So that's why you're lifting me further forward.
We're not lifting you.
Because I'm sitting on my keel, you're just balancing me?
Yes, that's what the slings are literally doing right now, is they're gripping you,
Okay.
keeping you upright as we go forward.
Gotcha.
The rest of the weight of the boat is down on deck.
Gotcha. Now I see why you like it here. The site's beautiful every time you come across.
Absolutely. It's the best office view I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Are you going through Port Severn today?
I'm going to try to get to Midland and get into the marina. A long ways.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
About 45 minutes to an hour to Port Severn.
Okay.
But you are aware that there is a storm in the making right now?
I didn't know if anything, just a little rain.
There's supposed to be thunder and lightning coming.
Oh,
around
great.
1 or 2 o'clock.
Where would you suggest is a good place just to go within a reasonable distance?
Well, you should be able to make it to Port Severn before the storm. Port Severn's the last lock before you get to Georgian Bay.
Okay.
And then on the other side, you wouldn't want to be out on Georgian Bay during a storm.
Okay, so can I stay at Port Severn on a wall?
Yeah, but we have sent lots of boats that way. It's just determining whether or not it's full there. I couldn't tell you yet.
Okay, gotcha. And is there a wall on both sides?
There is. Not many people like to choose to stay on the bottom side.
I understand. Okay.
Wanted to get back to the helm skip.
Yep.
As soon as you have a water level, I'll give you a heads up on when you're good to start and head out. When you have a water line skip, you're good to start. Once you've started, you're good to head out.
Okay.
Have a great rest of your journey.
Thank you. You too. Have a wonderful day. Then within a few minutes, you're across the road and on the other side, and you simply just drive off. It really is a pretty cool experience and one not to be missed. So I did make it into a marina and I'm safe and sound. The storms were not near as bad as we thought. They kind of broke apart a little bit as I transitioned the area. So it was an exciting day. And I really enjoyed going through that awesome Big Chute lock. That was something I've been waiting for quite a while. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.